All right, so this one is called Start Your Engines and just how to start talking to people and inviting. There we go. Start talking. It's really easy to start talking to people, especially when you're starting to get into something new. I don't know why we overcomplicate this and try to make it so difficult to just start talking to people. It's really not that hard. People to start with when you start talking. Start with the likers of your statuses. Go back through your actual, your profile page and see who's been liking your status. They're the ones who's been seeing your life. They're the ones who's seeing what's going on. You have an instant connection there because they already know what's going on. Okay? Your family and your friends are also going to be a part of this category because they're going to be part of that group that knows what's going on. I will caution you, though. Friends and family are either hit or miss, typically. They're either so excited for you and they're like, yes, I want someone I can trust and love and care who I can do this with. So they're either really, really on board, or they're just against it because of the fact that you're changing and you're doing different things and better things with your life and getting it in order and check and making things happen. So you're either going to be hit or miss with that. Don't take it personally. If they're ready to do it with you, hell yeah. Sit there and support them. You love and care about this person. Do what you would normally do. If they're against you, bless and release, okay? It's just not their time. They're going to see what happens with you and your program or you and your business, and then they get to make the choice for themselves. The one thing that you should never have to say is, I told you you should have joined me. Or, not, I told you. You should never be able to say that you didn't present the opportunity for them to join you. Okay? You need to be able to say that I told you so, because you honestly, at the end of the day, you care about your friends and your family. You should want to help them. And if they don't want the help, that's okay. But at least you can say, I told you so. I gave you the opportunity and you did your job as a loving, caring individual towards that person. Okay? Then, after you hit your friends and family and you do your likers of statuses, the likers of statuses are going to be the easiest part of all of this. Then you're going to get to your friends and family, and then get to the life-separated friends. We all have those friends from high school, from college, from previous jobs that we've had. The ones where once we left something, we were still friends, we're still on good terms, but life separated us somewhere along the lines. We had kids, we got married, we moved. Those kind of friends. You still have a good repertoire with those people. Those bridges aren't burnt. Those people are just wanting you to catch up with them. So then get to the catch-up friends and catch up, see what's up, see what they've been up to. And we'll talk about how to have those conversations in just a little bit. But to begin the catch-up with the life-separated friends, start with your Facebook list. Everybody talks about having this prospect list and sitting down and making a bunch of names and everything. And yes, that's great for the people that you see on a daily basis. But start with your Facebook friends, because you already can see what's going on in their life. They can see what's going on with yours. You have that internet connection that obviously is the basis for what we do. Go ahead and get in contact with them. Catch up. And then go to your followers of your page, of your Instagram, of your YouTube, of those kind of platforms, because like we said last call, you want to pick 2 platforms and build that way. Facebook should be one, pick another platform, blog, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you want, pick another platform, go to those after them. And then start with everyone else. By the time you get to everyone else, and by the time you run out of your warm market and you have to start going to your cold market, you're going to have what to say and what to do down pat. And you want to know the best part about this is everybody that you've already talked to is somebody that cares about you somehow. That's the best part. They're your friend. They follow you for a reason. And how to go ahead and start that? Make sure that 3 to 5 times a day, you're just sending out, hey, how are you messages. Hey, how are you? How are you doing? How was your weekend? I see that your kids are doing things. We'll talk about this in a minute, okay? So just get in mind who you can start talking with and start with that little pyramid of going down. How to have the conversation. This is in your training, but often I realize that I don't remember this sometimes, and it's just kind of the flow of how a natural, generic, genuine conversation is going to happen. Form. Start with your family. Everybody has family. Everybody has something going on. Obviously, if you know they come from a bad past and everything's terrible in their family, don't go straight talking about their family. Go to their occupation or whatever. But basically, if you see they have kids, start talking about kids. You see they went to a family reunion, start talking about that. Ask them how their family is doing. Especially if you know them. Like I said at the beginning, you're going to start talking to people that you know and care about. If you know how who their family is, ask how those people are. Then go to O, inform, and talk about the occupation. What are they doing? How are they making money? Are they living the life of their dreams? And most people are not. So that gives way to our message in a minute. But go ahead and start talking about what they're doing. Are they working 2 to 3 jobs? That's kind of normal in our society today for people to be working 2 to 3 jobs. Is that something that we want to be doing? No. Can you replace that with Beachbody? Yes. Can that be one of your 2-3 jobs that you have? Yes. Should it be? Yes. It provides you with all the opportunity that you need to build and sustain it and to not ever hit a ceiling. Okay? So a lot of the time, I think it's great for people to start building this on the side. I think it's great for college students, for people who have a full-time job, for anyone who spends their time playing video games or watching TV because they have nothing else to do. I know it changed my last year of college because of the fact that I had something productive to do and I had something to look forward to when I got out. Okay? R, inform, is for recreation. What do you like to do for fun? What are your hobbies? And this is where it can get fun and interesting, to where you can actually get to go out and meet people. If you have something in common, figure out when you can get together to do that thing that you have in common together. Okay? If you like meeting new people and trying new food, find an event that has food and invite them to that place and talk about it. If you have music interests like the Bunbury Festival or, I don't know all the music festivals around here. But if you have a similar taste in music, figure out when that concert is. Ask if they're going. A lot of the time, people are going to be appreciative that you brought something that they care about up to them, and they're going to want to keep an association with you. And then finally, M, after you've talked about their family, after you talked about their occupation and their recreation, or just genuinely feel like you have a good sense of a bond with this person by now, and you kind of can feel where they need our help, like in the occupation. If they don't want to work those jobs, we have the business opportunity. For their recreation, if they say that they want to run a 5K and they don't have the ways to do so yet, you have a way to do that. We're a health and fitness company. So just try to find where you fit Beachbody into that, but be genuine, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Well, let's get to the invite. I'm going to give you step-by-steps on what to say to invite, okay? But first, a few tips. Personalize to the person, okay? Don't just start randomly talking about the weather. They're not going to take you serious. Personalize it to the person and take genuine interest in them. And how you can do that? Creep on them. Creep on them first. Go to their page, scroll down, see what's going on in their life, and then you actually kind of get this sense of if you even want to talk to this person. If you want this person on your team, does this person inspire you? And you can also do this before you add people, which will save you a lot of time in the end. So creep on them first. And then when you want to invite, this is how to personally invite to a challenge group, okay? Once you're going to start with personalization first, and then you're going to get to your message. Hey, Brittany, how are you? It's been so long since we talked. Your kids are growing up so fast, and I can't believe Carter's going into kindergarten this year. Time flies. Bam. You got that personal connection. They don't think you're just trying to sell them something. You genuinely care about their life and what's going on, okay? Anyways, I'm not sure if you're aware, but I'm a fitness coach, and I love helping people reach their fitness goals. I was actually going through some invites and came past you. I would love to invite you to my next challenge group. I give daily motivation, accountability, tips, and more to help you reach your goals. Would this be something you would be interested in, or anyone that you know would be interested in? This right here takes care of 2 parts. Not only are you personally inviting that person, but you're also going ahead and asking for referrals. You're asking to see if they may have anyone who wants to join with them, or if they're not interested, who you can go to next. If you've ever read GoPro, which is an excellent book to read that talks directly about this, you constantly want to be finding that next exposure or that next person and that next connection. You constantly want to be building, have your pipeline full at all times, okay? So what happened here? You sat there and you got personal with them. You genuinely cared about what's going on in their life, and you're building that connection. You told them what's going on in your life a little bit and want to offer them help in some way. A lot of the time, if you're sending invites like this, that's okay. But a lot of the time, I like to sit there and I like to actually build that relationship. And that's why part of like some of our power hour is start conversations, like 5 conversations a day that has nothing to do with Beachbody. Okay, so you're building those relationships. This is going to be good for someone who you see what they're doing, and like there's somebody who's into health and fitness, or you see that they're doing like some running competition, or they're doing whatever. It's good for whatever, but I'm just saying build that relationship if you can. If not, this is a great way to go ahead and invite, especially when you're down to the wire. So personalization, what you're doing, what you're offering them, and then getting that invite out there or referral. Response. Typically, they're going to say, sure. What are you doing? What does it entail? Then you're going to start telling, before you tell them how to join your challenge group, how to get in, what Shakeology is, what fitness programs, you want to know about their goals, okay? You want to know what they're doing personally, how they're going about their journey, what they want to accomplish. This business isn't about you. It's about other people. So make sure that you have their goals in your head first and foremost. Then you can ask what types of workouts they like. I typically go by a 3-step method. I ask, what type of workouts do you like? Cardio, strength building, dance, yoga, Pilates. Do you want to tone up? Things like that. How much time do you have to exercise? Would you rather exercise for 10 minutes to a half hour, or from a half hour to 45 minutes, or for 45 minutes to an hour? Most people give you about a half hour to 45 minutes, and that's great, because most of our programs are in that range. But if you have someone who wants a very, very, very intense workout, but they only have a half hour to do it, you're not going to recommend P90X or Insanity, the original. You're going to try to recommend something more along the lines of Insanity Max 30. It's intense, but still cut down, and it meets their personal need, okay? And then I ask them if they have a preference between a boy or a girl instructor, just because I know that some women, they don't want like some guy yelling in their face, and they would rather have someone upbeat like Shailene Johnson, who's like, yeah, let's go, and music and everything's just pumped and hype like that. So those are the 3 questions that I typically ask. And then ask about nutrition. Once you have their fitness covered, go ahead and start asking about nutrition. How many meals do you eat out within a week? What types of food are you eating? What does a typical day of eating look like for you? Go ahead and get in your mind what's causing them to be in the state that they are, okay? Because our food affects more than just our weight. It affects everything that's going on in our life. If you're not eating at all, you have no energy because of that. Shakeology can help you fix that. If you have cravings and you eat every 5 minutes, Shakeology can help with that. That's the one thing about Shakeology, is that it can help with practically any issue that people have. It's just you have to figure out how it's going to work with them so that they can measure their results with it. Okay? So you kind of stick through that. You're going to fit with what they want to do and what they want to accomplish. Here's where this is where it can take you back, is if your intentions are not right. When you go into having a conversation with someone, you need to have clear intentions that you honestly want to help this person. If you don't, they are going to be able to smell your stink from a mile away. Okay? You have to make conscious decisions to put them ahead of you. It's so easy in this I want to rank advance. I want to get Success Club points. I want to do this. I want to do that. And trying to make money because that's an opportunity. That is not what this is about. Your income is a direct reflection of the amount of people that you help. One major rules of becoming, like in Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, the way to get to the top and to be rich and to be successful is to help other people reach their goals. That's all you have to do, okay? So your intention needs to be good. you need to make conscious decisions. And the way to go ahead and do this and incorporate it into your life is make conscious decisions to build or rebuild connections with those that you know, and then potentially help them with a goal that they have. So everyone has that hairdresser, or that, you know, that person who went to school for hair or whatever, and or like does lawn care, whatever. So you know people who do that. Why would you go get your hair cut by some random person at a random salon instead of going through someone who you already know, who you have somewhat of a connection with, or you're at least Facebook friends with? Why would you do that? You're losing, yeah, you may build a connection, but you could be rebuilding one that you already had, connecting with someone that you already know, that you already kind of understand their life conditions. Pick a hairstylist that's in your life. I know that we went kayaking the other day, and this girl, Mary, she does hair. We called her up that next day because we wanted to get our hair done, and we're going to go get our hair done by her. Why? Because I want to rebuild that connection with her, and it's a conscious decision. I have tons of other hairstylist friends that I will eventually get to. Make that conscious decision on what to do. Make that decision to network on purpose. Go to events and seminars. And one thing that I like to do is go to Eventbrite and go to the free events that are in your area. Find some. Go meet people. Build those connections genuinely. But don't go after people wanting Success Club points or to further your agenda. They're going to tell, and you're not going to get anywhere with it. If you're in this business, I genuinely hope that you have the heart to help people. But sometimes I understand that other things can get in the way, especially when you're with your husband or girlfriend or whatever, and they're like, you're putting a lot of time into this and I'm not seeing the result. Okay? Understand that this is a genuine company. Anything worth having does not come easy. It's going to take time to build. But the best part is what your effort and what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. Okay? So be true, be good, and truly want to help people. And then with good intentions and having that way to invite, here's how to close, how to sign up discount coaches as soon, like you hear a lot of top coaches, they say, how do I sign up? How do you get people directly signed up as a discount coach? Hello, you're offering them savings. If there's nothing else, if they do nothing with the business, you're not losing anything from it. You are simply giving them the discount. Understand, we live in a world where 90% of our population is either poor or average, okay? Let's think about this for a minute. People want this savings. Sign them up this way, and here's how. You're going to say this. Once they're like, how do I sign up? I'm ready to go. You're going to say, I'm going to give you step-by-step directions on how to sign up, okay? Go to teambeachbody.com/your screen name. Crystal, I will post all of this in our team page. Go to teambeachbody.com/your screen name. Then go to the green coach tab and click sign up to be a coach. Don't worry, you're not coaching, just getting the discount, unless you would ever want to and the opportunity is there, okay? A lot of people understand sort of, especially now with us being millennials, a lot of people are starting to understand how businesses like this work. And yes, there is a great savings if you're a loyal customer. People get that. So this isn't really a big issue most of the time, but this is just how to, if you want it, take it. If not, you're fine. All you're doing is saving. Then just create your account where it says referring coach. Just make sure it says my name, or you can find it by looking up my coach ID number. Put your coach ID number in there and read through the terms and conditions. Then you're going to pick your challenge pack. So you'll scroll to find the, you're going to personalize whatever challenge pack they're getting and pick your flavor of Shakeology. I do the bags because it gives you more servings, but if you're constantly on the go, I suggest packets. Another thing that I typically say if they ask about Shakeology, if they ask about the flavor and what they should choose, I say if you had all three flavors of vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry in front of you in the form of ice cream, whatever one you would go for first is the one you should pick, or mix and match if you don't feel safe with that option. Then you're going to put your credit card info in and confirm. It'll ask for your social, but that's just for tax purposes if you're working the business, so it will not do anything with it. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Okay? Short, simple, to the point. I usually try to make myself available during the time that they're going to sign up. If they're not signing up at that very moment, I typically make a time that I can follow up with them, or that I can make sure that they're by the phone and by a computer at the same time. Okay? And And I believe that is all for that. Let me stop sharing and stop recording.